Hello and welcome to Unrest Digest. Please, someone subscribe. It's fine, I haven't got any subscribers. Probably because I haven't got any viewers. But anyway, let's get into the news. I'm going to follow on from yesterday's video about Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker to step back from presenting Match of the Day. Now, this is a bit odd because we were talking about him yesterday and his weird comments, basically calling the Tories Nazis, which, let's just say he's not the first. But he's now to step back from presenting Match of the Day, which is, I think, a bit odd. He was saying he felt safe and he was happy to stay there. I reckon he's been pressured out. But let's read it anyway. Let's see what happened. Gary Lineker is to step back from presenting Match of the Day until an agreement is reached on his social media use. BBC has said, well, maybe there's something in this contract actually, because I was criticising the BBC. Let me undo this. This is not doing me any favours. I was they were supposed to be impartial, BBC. And maybe by him making his comments offline, they are fearing that maybe that might affect their impartiality, whatever he says offline. Personally, I really don't care what he says offline. I mean, I do a little bit. I mean, got to care about someone's opinion. But it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, it's a bit annoying, but hey, he can say what he wants. Freedom of speech, basically. If he's saying on the show, that's a completely different matter. I think because I'd be a bit pissed if I'm watching that and he's going off on rants about the Tories or something. I mean, if you flick through every other channel, you're most likely going to find that anyway. What is it? That Have I Got News for You? It's supposed to be like a comedy thing that talks about the news. Or is it supposed to be a news thing that talks about comedy? It's not funny. And it's not very insightful either. So I don't know what they try and do on there. But anyway, that's just my criticism. I'm sure I could probably come up with something better than that. But anyway, I will read this. Actually, I didn't finish my point. Or did I? I don't know. Anyway, it follows an impartiality row over comments he made criticising the government's new asylum policy. Yeah, but he didn't criticise it on the show. It was a tweet. He didn't come out in a massive tirade or anything like that. I think it's a little bit overblown. But maybe there's something in the contract, that's what I was going to say, about the BBC and stuff you can or cannot say. And if you sign a contract, you sign the contract, really. It doesn't bother me too much. As I said, it doesn't bother me what he says. But if you've signed a contract, you have certain obligations and stuff, whether or not you or me may agree with such and such. You know what I'm getting. I probably should just read the article. The BBC said it considers Lineker's recent social media activity to be a breach of our guidelines. That's what I was getting at. It added, he should keep well away from taking sides on party political issues or political controversies. That's their opinion. The BBC said it had been in extensive discussions with Gary and team in recent days and has decided that he will step back from presenting Match of the Day until we've got an agreed and clear position on his use of social media. See, I thought it meant he was standing back permanently. Otherwise, this is a bit of a non-story now, isn't it? So, I've been clickbaited, and now so have you. Sorry. Just not like my last video titles. They were clickbait, they're all I don't care. The BBC said it as an extensive... I've read that already. I'm so sorry. It continued... When it comes to leading our football and sports coverage, Gary is second to none. We have never said that Gary should be in an opinion-free zone. I've lost my place. Or that he can have a view on issues that matter to him, but we have said that he should keep well away from taking sides on party political issues or political controversies. That's like really contradictory statement there. On Tuesday, Home Secretary Suella Braverman, I think I'll add such a title and then a full name. Can we just call her like Suella said or something? Outlined the government's plans to ban people arriving in the UK illegally from ever claiming asylum. One small thing I might have to add though to that is what happens if it's like a genuine, I don't know, for example, not France gets taken over by dictator. I mean, kind of worry. No, but like say you're fleeing a cartel like in Mexico, but the cartel follows you from whatever country, from Syria, for example. You're under threat of being prosecuted for being gay, and you're from one of those anti-gay countries that wants to put you to death. And what happens if you are followed all the way? I know that's very unlikely, but to just say you came here illegally, to say that's it, you came here illegally, no asylum. kind of don't 100% agree with that. I mean, it probably would get rid of most of the problems, but there will be that 1 or 2 cases where someone who needs to get here, you know, and can't just hang around in France. I mean, I wouldn't want to either, to be honest. Lineker reacted to it on Twitter, calling it a measurably cruel policy directed at the most vulnerable people in a language that is not dissimilar to that used by Germany in the 30s. Yeah, so my mate was saying the same thing, like, oh, it's Hitler. It's like, I don't... Like, there's a lot worse things that we could be talking about when it comes to the government, the Tory party, and stuff that was similar to 1930s Germany. There's a lot, some things have happened in the past sort of 2-3 years. Some forced medical experiments, depending on how you want to put it, basically. That's how I'd put it. And we could talk about the Geneva Convention and the Nuremberg 2.0, but I'm sure that will come in another video that will probably most likely have to be on Rumble, because my other video got taken down. I was talking about the, you know, so I'm going to get into that anyway. Miss Braverman hit out Lincoln's tweet saying it diminishes the unspeakable tragedy. We read all this yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe I'll end this here, because unless he could get sacked, I don't know, I doubt it. They probably just want to hide him away like they did to Don Lemon in the US. Just hide him away from the controversy. I don't really think anyone really cares that much anyway, because those who disagree with his opinions probably are more likely to agree in free speech. I might be wrong saying that, but yeah, I really don't think anyone cares too much. Either way, they're probably just hiding him to wait for everything to die down. Many opposition MPs and charities also strongly object to the government's plans. Yeah, we know. Rishi Sunak defended the proposal stopping the arrival of small boats is a priority for the rich people. Yeah, I think according to most polls, yeah, that a lot of people do not like what's going on. I don't really... he earned 1.35 million in 2020 to 21. He's employed by BBC on a freelance basis. This is what I was getting at yesterday. The expert but privately housed asylum seekers and publicly called for better rights and protections for refugees, remaining critical of the successive Conservative governments on issues including Brexit. So they got shoehorn everything in here. But yeah, fair play. He's one of those rare people that actually says let them all in and let them into his house. Not his house, obviously. It was one of his homes, and I'm sure there was some controversy there from something he did, because it always is. But at least this time, at least he's not claiming to be an asylum seeker or saying that he gets viewed as one, like when he was said that he was viewed. What was it he said? People viewed him as black because he had a tan or something. That was just one of his other controversies. I'm sure even if they do let him back, he's just going to keep putting his foot in it. He's not putting the ball back in the net. He's putting his foot... Oh, I can't think of anything. Putting his foot in something. Probably smells pretty bad, as he always does. But anyway, I'm going to end that there, and catch me in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all then. Cheers.